Alright guys, so we're back, and you can probably tell from the thumbnail and the title that we're going to be talking about the college football playoffs today. And ever since the playoffs have started, it's been absolutely wild. The first game, so I'm going to talk about the picks that I made, and then we're going to recap the picks that I made, talk about how I could have made them better, and then we're going to make a short after this that will be on my channel talking about who I think is going to win the semifinals and make it to the championship. So watch that one. But anyways, Clemson versus Texas. So Clemson versus Texas, that was a game that I thought coming in that Texas was definitely going to win. Made it to the SEC championship. SEC, in my opinion, is the best conference in college football. Lately, a lot of people's been saying that is not true. We've lost some games, and we had some teams like my Kentucky Wildcats, Mississippi State, not even make it to a bowl game. But I knew that Texas was going to win that game. I mean, Clemson isn't that good. They didn't play good when they played South Carolina, and South Carolina was a mid team in the SEC. Not a bad team at all, but a mid team. So I knew Texas was going to win that, and they did. So I picked them. Arizona State got the bye. Tennessee and Ohio State. I had Tennessee getting the dog snot whooped out of them. I hate Tennessee. I was cheering for Ohio State the whole game, and Ohio State ended up winning 42-17. And I was very confident in that pick too. Oregon, they had the bye. SMU versus Penn State. I got the whole first round right. So SMU, I had them getting whooped. Their strength of schedule was absolutely terrible. They played nobody during the season. Penn State was a good team coming into the playoffs, and I mean they made it to the semifinals. So I mean they're a good team, and I had them picked to stomp SMU. I didn't think they were going to stomp them as bad as they did, though, because SMU's quarterback threw 3 picks in the first half. Notre Dame versus Indiana. Indiana's strength of schedule was terrible, too. I had Notre Dame beating them. It was closer of a game. It was actually the closest game in the first round, which is crazy. But I didn't have Notre Dame beat the dog snot out of them. Well, I really didn't care what happened, though. I just knew that Notre Dame was going to win. I hadn't watched Notre Dame yet this season, and I watched them play Georgia, and I enjoyed watching them play, even though I was cheering for Georgia. Georgia got the bye, so we're going to go to the next round. Texas versus Arizona State. I picked Texas to win that one. That one was way closer of a game than Texas should have allowed it to be. They were up early in the beginning of the game, and then they kind of turned it down, and Arizona State turned it on, and they came back. Cam Skattebo will be I would love the Bengals to get him as a running back 2 behind Chase Brown in the NFL. If he falls to the second round, the Bengals have a second round pick, I would 100% be fine with them taking Cam Skattebo. But I had Texas winning that game, which they did. The next game, this is the first loss that I had. I had Oregon, which I thought was going to be anybody they played because I had them winning the tournament. They ended up losing to Ohio State. I said Ohio State. But yeah, they got the dog snot whooped out of them. So I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I could have saw it coming after Ohio State beat Tennessee as bad as they did. I mean, I thought that game was a toss-up, but I didn't think that Oregon would end up losing. Well, I thought it was a toss-up, but I thought that if Oregon did lose it, it would at least be a close game, and it was not. So, I mean, I don't know. Next up, we have Penn State and Boise State. I also got this one wrong. I had never watched Boise State play yet this year. I was hyped to get to watch Ashton Jenney play, and Penn State's defense shut him down. He couldn't do anything. They didn't blow the walls off of them, but they beat them pretty good. And so congratulations to Penn State, I guess. I wasn't expecting that, though. Next up, Notre Dame versus Georgia. Notre Dame beat Georgia way worse than I thought they ever could. I mean, I knew that Carson Beck was out for the game, but I didn't think that Gunnar Stockton was. I mean, he really didn't play that bad, to be honest. Gunnar Stockton didn't play that bad. They just couldn't get anything going, and it was embarrassing for the SEC. But I mean, I guess congratulations to Notre Dame. So I had Georgia and Notre Dame in my championship, or not Notre Dame, Georgia and Oregon in my championship, and those two teams did not make it there. But go to the short that is going to be posted right after this video of me predicting who I think is going to win the semifinals and win the college football national championship. But I mean, I got a lot right, and now I can't get any else right. The points that I thought would be scored in college football playoffs was going to be 633. I calculated it somehow, but that's just what I thought. And so it's been forever since I made a video. I was glad that I got down here and made this. But go watch that short, and if you agree with me, you agree with me. If you don't, you don't. Let me know why you don't agree with me in the comments if you don't. But see ya.